The big question: would you buy to live, buy to let, or does Leeds need more investment before you even think about it? Right, let's have a butchers and see Wagwan. This is an auction property. Always check the legal pack, as well as auction fees. You may have additional costs and other property problems. Today, we are viewing a leasehold apartment on the 3rd floor, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom in a period conversion. This development has 11 apartments. Oh, look at that. Can sit and watch the trains if that's your thing. Parking? Forget it. We're in town, slap bang in the middle. Get your 10,000 steps in. Although there is an NCP car park round the corner, there is no outside space with this apartment. From Leeds train station, the property is an 11-minute walk and a 5-minute cycle. You can get a bus to most areas of Leeds from town, Leeds city centre. There is no storage in this property. The EPC rating is C. We love a C rating. And the apartment is 33 square meters. Kirkgate is one of the oldest streets in Leeds, dated back to the medieval period. Its name means the road to the church, Kirk and Gate, and originally led to the site of the Leeds Minster. The apartment is owned by a local private landlord. Buyer premium: what the buyer needs to pay the seller. £200 plus VAT for engrossment. There is also a £300 plus VAT charge payable to the auctioneers for searches. The kitchen and living space is not too bad. It does need some work. It does need a bit of TLC. The kitchen has a fridge, freezer, washing machine, dishwasher, and a hob and oven. So everything you want, really. For leasehold properties, first thing, our priority question: is the property EWS1 compliant? I don't think it needs it, but double check with the solicitors because a question is cheaper than a bill. The lease was issued on the 1st of January 2007 for 150 years. So that's 135 years left remaining on the lease. Oi oi! The ground rent is £200 per annum for the first 25 years, £400 per annum for the next 25 years, and £600 per annum for the remaining of the term. The bedroom is nice and compact, but it does come sold as seen, so it's going to come with all the furniture in it unless you decide that you don't want it. The service charge is £1,917.88 per year, which is £159.82 per month. For insurance purposes, the buyer will become a shareholder in the block management company, and the block managers are local to Leeds. The internal communal parts was last decorated in 2020. Within the next 2 years, are there any Section 20 works proposed to the property? External decorations scheduled for 2026 and budgeted from external reserves. The landlord paid $110,000 for the property in April 2019. This is another reminder that people lose money in property. The last property in the block sold for $120,000 in November 2023. There is an EICR, Electrical Installation Condition Report, dated the 16th of September 2022. The bathroom does need some TLC, but again, it's not anything that's going to cost an absolute fortune. First time buyers, what are you thinking? This is a lovely starter apartment. It's minutes away from the clubs and the bars, Leeds Market, the Victoria Quarter, the coach station, even the bingo, if that's your thing. There is also a post office around the corner. It's low maintenance and it does need some work. But what would you do to change it? Would you change the kitchen and the bathroom? Or would you just give it a good clean, tidy it up, and you're good to go? You do need to take into consideration this development doesn't have a lift, and the apartment is on the 3rd floor. Bear this in mind when you're doing your food shopping, you're popping downstairs to collect deliveries, or you're carrying your bike up and down the stairs. Let's have a look at the numbers as someone on minimum wage. Based on the guide of 79 grand with a mortgage rate of 6%, the monthly mortgage is £395 per month. The monthly ground rent and service charge is £176.49. The property is in council tax band B, which is £140.05 per month. You will need to call the council and discuss a single person's discount. The basic costs are £711.54 before you buy bread. Is this affordable? Is this doable? Would you do it? Landlords, we are up north. Do you think you will get a 10% gross yield on this property? Previously, this property was let for £850 per month. That is not too shabby. Looking at rentals, what are one beds in the local area on the market for? Let's do the Jim Jam test. Is a local shop close enough to pop in our Jim Jams on a Sunday morning? Looking at short-term rentals in the local area, how much can we charge per night for 4 guests? This apartment would make a fantastic short-term rental. Only drawback is the steps for both your guests and housekeepers, and also the maintenance team and any visitors. At £72 per night, 15 nights is £1,080. Now that would cover the mortgage, the ground rent, the service charge, and the council tax, although we know some of you are on a business rating, but we move. Plus, that would cover your utility bills and Wi-Fi. Obviously, there is still housekeepers, maintenance, and the OTAs to be paid, etc. If you raise the spec of the property and have more than 15 nights booked, maybe you can charge a little bit more, and that's a better return. Looking at sales, what are one beds in the local area on the market for? What can we learn from this? Do landlords ever prepare for rent decreases? £850 per month rent on a 110 grand purchase is an up and coming yield, but I don't feel that you're going to get £850 if you rented that property today. So, do you in this case sell the property and move on, or hold the property for another 6 years and hope that Leeds city centre rents increase? Since 2020, rents in Leeds have increased by about 50% in general. So this is interesting. Let's have a look at the sales history of the property and if the property sold. And we have our shop.